Made our way to this Nissan dealer now. Here, I want to see if these Pathfinders or all of Nissan's stock is going to be affected by these tariffs. The Pathfinder S, well, looks like final assembly is in Tennessee. The engine is US, transmission is US. That actually is a good sign for Nissan. He said if I want the key, let him know, but it's getting dark, so I don't think I'm going to do that, but I will do that at some point. They do have this new Armada here. These are really sweet. I know people aren't into the twin turbo stuff, but this is definitely a nice rig. I do like what they did with the new Armada. And Nissan's powertrain, honestly, I trust it more than Toyota at this point. It's probably this looks a little bit bigger to me than the Sequoia, the new Sequoia. So, man, this is a rig, I'm guessing. Let's see where this thing is. 2025 Armada SL. SL is pretty premium trim. 69,000. I mean, I wouldn't want to afford that, but man, the screen and everything inside these is just crazy. If you're just going for pimped out, under warranty and just wanting luxury. So it looks like US Canada part content was 0%. Major source of parts, Japan. 95% Japan on this new Armada. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Engine Japan, transmission Japan. That is sweet. So if you're looking for a Japanese vehicle, everybody says I want something that's built and assembled in Japan. This is all Japanese parts, 95% Japanese. That is bonkers. Well, I can tell you, if I was looking at a new full-sized SUV and I said, I don't care if it's got a turbo or not, that'd be the one right there. The Armada. Let's take a peek underneath this guy. Let's pick another model here. Uh-oh. They've got the all-weather floor mats and safe key. That's $42,000. Got another S and the same thing. So this is Canadian parts as well. So we've got US Canadian parts, 50%. So major foreign part content is Mexico, 15%. So that will affect Nissan for sure. 50% Canadian. I mean, if it is Canadian, it's probably a mix of US and Canadian, but the engine is US, transmission is US. It will depend on whether or not they're taking parts, moving them in and out of Canada or Mexico, and then they are assembling them in the United States. Rock Creek editions here. I do like the looks of the Pathfinder. I actually looked at one of these and we ended up buying an Atlas instead, but I just like the size of the Atlas a little bit better. These were a little too cramped in there for all of my kids. The Rock Creek is coming in at 47,000, same thing, 50%. This is probably an S. It's got the little plastic hubcaps and steelies. So final assembly in Mexico. Oh, that is a crazy color on this SR. It's like a purple color. That is one of the most unique colors I've ever seen. Some girl, my daughter would love that, I'm sure. Even my wife would. Here's an SR, $32,000 for an SR. Holy smokes. So the SR says the similar thing of US Canada content 50%, and then foreign part content 15% from Mexico. This one is assembled in Canton. Engine US, transmission Mexico. Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. It's like General Motors. It's just, I mean, even between one model, you're getting different assembly locations. That's really crazy. I guess I assumed that it would be a little more consolidated. Here's a nice, I would call it mud bath, but that's the Toyota color, the Rock Creek 2025 Rogue, 38,000, holy smokes. So 25% US Canada, Japan, 40% Japan, 15% Mexico, assembled in Tennessee, Japanese engine and transmissions in Mexico. So that's the Rogue, Rock Creek. Let's see a non-Rock Creek Rogue. What do we have here for the parts and assembly? So this is the Platinum, US Canada part content 25%, Japanese 40%, 15% Mexico, engine Japan, transmission Japan, assembled in Japan. So final assembly on this guy is Japan. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is the new Murano. Yeah, look at these Muranos. Those are kind of cool looking. Let's go check out this white Murano. This is a Platinum for $52,000. It's got a 2-liter turbo. Getting rid of that V6. 50% Canada, US. Assembled in Tennessee. Engine in Japan. Transmission US. So at least the engine is in Japan on a lot of these Nissans. People say Nissan sucks, and then they say they want things out of Japan. I would look at some of these Nissans. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
I'm videoing, just looking at all the stock. I'm looking at stickers and seeing where things are built. And all right, now we're gonna go for the green machine right here. All right, what's the kicks coming in at? Looks like this is assembled in Mexico, so that one will be affected. So this is 10% US, Canada, Mexico 65%, engine and transmission in Mexico. So the kicks, that's gonna be affected big time. Let's go check out the Frontiers. This is kind of what I came for. Here we got a King Cab SV. This one is 40% US, Canadian, Japanese 20%. Final assemblies Canton. That is pretty good. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Frontiers are not gonna be as affected from these tariffs. Looking at it, I mean, maybe from the Canadian side, but I don't think they're gonna be nearly as affected as some of the other brands. That was a nice looking blue on this Frontier. SV crew cab, US Canadian part, contents 40%, Japanese 20%, and engines in the US, transmissions Japan, final assembly point Canton. Pretty cool that they are getting these out of Canton. If they can figure out the Canadian parts in these and figure out how to get them back in the US, I guess that'll really help them out. I really do like the Frontiers, like the looks of them. Man, this one is decked out. Look at this. Now this is coming in at $49,700 for the Pro 4X. I'm not sure what they put up there. I didn't really look at the specs on it, but pretty nice looking rig. A lot of room under there too. See, that one's quite a bit higher than this one. Different configurations. Got that new sweet orange color that I'm not sure what the color is. I know Toyota's is solar octane. I can't remember what this one is. $45,000 for this orange one. And he did say, the salesman said, the EVs are flying off the lot. Here's $20,000 for a Versa. This one is Mexico, so, and I'm assuming all of the Versas, oh boy, they're going to be really affected. 15% US Canadian, 70% Mexico, assembled in Mexico, engine and transmission in Mexico as well. So yeah, the Sentra is going to be struggling pretty bad right there. This is going to be, they're going to have to figure the Sentra out. I'm glad the Frontier is going to be fine. Pathfinder's probably going to be fine. The Rogue, and man, the Armada, all Japan right there. That's pretty cool. But the Armada's not their big seller. So Nissan is sitting pretty darn good with their stock. I mean, we have gobs of stock. We got one Titan left that they haven't been able to sell. It's been here forever. Got all these Pathfinders. One more Rock Creek, 47,000. Peek at these Muranos. They're kind of cool looking, man. He said he was really happy to get these Muranos in because they're pretty high demand, and they're definitely turned into a more of a luxury car than they used to be. I remember when they were one of the first crossovers to ever come out. They kind of popularized the crossover little SUV. This and the Lexus. $49,000 for this SL. How's sales been? Pretty good.
It's been good. These EVs are keeping us crazy busy.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. Such a great monthly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
little commuters.
That's it. You know, if you got a garage, it's the car for you. You know, you plug it in like your laptop and you leave the next morning.
Yeah.
The lease isn't too bad. It's like, you know, paying any of your other bills, but it's way cheaper than a car payment. You'll always have a new car. You'll always have it taken care of, and the rebates keep going on. It just allows us to take care of people.
How the Frontier's been selling? Pretty good?
Pretty solid. It's always been like the Rogue and the Frontier are kind of the headliners, and the Pathfinder, maybe Leaf are coming up behind, and then of course the Aria just shot at the top of it.
Do you think tariffs are going to, you know, take a lot of these vehicles and just ruin them? Do you think tariffs are going to, you know, basically reset the market in the wrong direction? Or do you think we're going to see this, which is fewer customers, continue to drop prices, more incentives, and hopefully be good for consumers? Let me know what you think in the comments. Till next time.